Hello guys, welcome back. Um, so I will show you guys some of my most disappointing first impressions that I had in 2021. Uh, this is not just the fragrances that I bought. Um, I bought a few samples as well, like just to test the fragrances. Some I blind bought the whole bottle. There's not many. I think there's only three that I'm going to show you guys this video. Let's not waste any more time. Okay, let's look at this one. This is Bergamasque by Orto Parisi. This was one of the first fragrances that I bought in 2021. This was a blind buy. Uh, After a lot of search, on the fragrance groups and everything, I at that point I was looking for a long-lasting citrus fragrance, and this almost this was suggested by many as almost like a unanimous option for that. This is probably one of the most long-lasting citrus fragrances available in the market right now. The longevity that I'm talking about is like 12 plus hours. And I was really curious and I was expecting a lot, but I I was really disappointed. I'm not now. Like I've started to like it. I don't know why. It still gives me the like whenever I directly sniff it from the bottle, right? It gives me some kind of disinfectant, that type of smell. And on the skin, it starts with this smell like a disinfectant for about half an hour to 45 minutes. After that, it has a very velvety um, um, citrus kind of smell. I have done a full review on this fragrance. If you want, you can check out. And then towards the end of the dry down, it smells a bit like body odor. So I think I there are no notes provided by Alessandro Gualtieri for this for any of his fragrances. I think he doesn't reveal the note breakdown, but I believe this has sandalwood, specifically Australian sandalwood, because that has a little bit of because I have a sample of Australian sandalwood. I bought it from Grandawood. There's an Australian oud attar kind of a website that I bought it from, and I realized after smelling it, that this one has uh, Australian sandalwood. Almost, I'm 70 to 80% sure. The remaining 20% I'm not that sure. So this probably is a combination of bergamot, Australian sandalwood, and musk. The musk probably gives it the sweaty kind of you know body odorish smell. And the sandalwood part of it is that's what I get in the mid dry down. So between the disinfectant and the body odor smell, the musk, there is a like 1 hour into the fragrance, and then for about 4 to 5 hours after that, I get a nice velvety kind of sandalwoody citrus kind of fragrance. It's very nice in that part of the fragrance dry down. But not I'm not, still not like glad I bought it. This is okay. This is it doesn't I'm not as disappointed as I was when I bought it and did a first impression, but look how much I've used it. So it's not that I'm not using it or anything. I tried to get rid of it, but then I now I realize like I might as well like finish with it and then move on. It has nice memories associated for me. Like I went to Cairns with this fragrance, so whenever I try this fragrance, it reminds me of Cairns in Australia. So yeah, so that's the first fragrance, and the next one is let's do this one. This is called Saffron Colonnade by Nishani. Um, yeah, this is another huge disappointment. So I'm a big fan of Nishani as a fragrance house, as a niche house. I've tried many of the fragrances. I've tried Hasivat. I like Hasivat. I've tried. I have a sample of Hasivat, and I have a sample of 100 Silent Ways. I have a bottle of Sultan Vetiver, and I I've tested Fanny of Flames and Ani when I was when I was there at City Perfumes, and because of that, I mean I was not disappointed with any of the fragrances up until I tried this one. So I had huge expectations for this one because one of my favorite fragrance reviewers, AC from Smells Good, he praised this fragrance a lot, and I was really interested, and I was so pumped to try this. But then this smells like this smells like car, the inside of a car when you leave it outside in a scorching heat, all day. When you park your car, like maybe outside, and then leave it, and it gets very sunny, and then maybe in the evening you get into the car, what the kind of smell that you get, slightly the smell of this diesel and the leather, and you know what I mean, right? That is exactly how it smells like. And I don't understand why anybody would want to smell like this. I think this has leather and saffron and whatnot. Those are the two notes that probably is giving the kind of scent that I'm describing, and I'm not a fan of that kind of scent. I probably should have gone for Colonnades, the original Colonnades. I would have, like, I have a feeling now that I would have liked it better than this one. Uh, Again, I'm still on the hunt for a long lasting citrus fragrance because this was such a disappointment. So I keep trying new samples, and that was again another disappointment. Okay, let's move on to the last one. This is French Lover by Frederic Malle. Is it French Lover? I think I got the sample from Lucky Sense, and this was a huge disappointment. Damn. This smells like turmeric water. Now, for a Western nose, maybe this would smell. I've already done a first impression of this review, and the second impression, I guess, as well. For a Western nose, this would maybe smell good. It smell of alpine trees and whatnot. But I'm from the southern part of India where we use turmeric a lot, and there is even a festival that we celebrate. throwing turmeric water, that it's not holy, it's like a predecessor of holy, you can say. um, it's called manjal neerattu vida. It literally translates to turmeric water, um, bathing festival, or I don't know what you call. Forgive my English. And this smells exactly like turmeric water, and I don't understand. And I had huge expectations for a fragrance that's called French Lover, right? It's so romantic, and we all have high hopes on things that are French, right? Especially since it's considered so sophisticated and what you want, whatnot. But it was such a disappointment. And I'm a big fan of vetiver, and I never stop trying vetiver fragrances. Because although Guerlain vetiver is like my all-time favorite, considering both the cost and the fragrance itself, I've been trying other vetiver fragrances as well. As I mentioned, Sultan vetiver is another one of my favorites. Such a beautiful fragrance. Vetiver is like I never get bored of vetiver. Vetiver is it is going to be forever my favorite fragrance, one of my favorite fragrance notes. But this one, eh, and for the money, like this costs about 400 plus Australian dollars. I, 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 it's, I mean, come on, seriously. Turmeric water is free. Turmeric costs almost nothing. I can just mix it with water and then smell it all day. Anyway, my impression on this has not changed it, and same with this as well. But the first one, Bergamask, I've I've started to like it. In fact, I've been wearing it even recently, past a couple of days. Yeah, the dry run is not as bad as the opening. Anyway, that's it for this video. Let me know, guys, what you think of these fragrances. Have you tried any of these fragrances? Do you like any of these fragrances? Leave a comment. And yeah, thank you. Bye bye.